Welcome to ArtsTalk, where arts speaks for itself, where culture speaks for itself. Today, we're asking difficult but pertinent questions. Who is in charge of South Africa's arts and culture space? You know, we see awards, we see CMOs. There's a whole lot of things that are happening, but we want to find out who's truly in charge. My name is Satama Fokate, and I'm not alone. I'm chilling with Tami Aga Mbongo
Manzana.
How are you, my brother?
Yeah, I get kind of put you at a colors like seas, man.
I feel like I'm programmed. Just this all I get to because basically Paul. So today I'm a bit dizzy. How was the match yesterday?
Yes, I wanted to talk about that. You understand what Kalaman Bulele for the invite, and I think is all there were so many things that were happening in my mind. Bear in mind, I don't usually go and watch
football,
soccer, and it's a totally different experience. And then, as someone who's involved in the arts and culture, I had a lot of questions that I'm asking myself, trying to make sense of maybe what was the thinking behind sport, arts, and culture. You understand? When you arrive at the stadium, you understand the outside, the atmosphere is. It's
vibrant.
It's vibrant.
It's in the middle of the night, middle of a township. And it's like, Tuesday. There's traffic all over.
We are one.
And when here you are as a CCI expert, and you are thinking, why is this not happening in our industry?
Exactly. I'm thinking it's on the bona business is booming.
Yes.
Now
you understand why Minister Gayton McKenzie spends time going to matches. There's a culture there. There's an industry there.
And it's massive. It's big.
Massive.
You understand? And
remember when I asked you, did you ever imagine this crowd every week when Pirates plays? People don't know it. TV is not even doing justice.
I was blown away. But even Strato around, you understand? The atmosphere, it makes sense of why Abanabanis believe what is so Kanyani nation building. We understand Abantu baby hippie, and I'm asking myself what Tina, we arts and culture, are we utilizing that space to our advantage? You understand? Ubona umzekelo umama bathengisayo ubona everyone business booming. You understand? You are asking yourself ukuthi arts and culture ndiyayazi ukuthi we complain ukuthi sport, you understand, we're not supposed to be together, but azikho indlela ukuthi arts and culture nathi singafind indlela esino benefita ngayo, you understand, with sport event.
I think there is. We also not giving ourselves credit, and I'll tell you why I say that. I'll use Scorpion King's concert as an example. Business will be booming in Sweden. When you look at the atmosphere, you know, we've just come from the Z Nation. There was something there. If you're coming from sport and going there, you would also feel what you felt yesterday there. You know, I know it made you think otherwise, but I mean, looking from Z Nation to something else, to Scorpion King, Night with Legends, all those things. Maybe there might not be enough. But I think there's a whole lot that's happening around the country. It's not coordinated because it's not sport. Because sport is competitive. Somebody must cry.
And another thing,
you see, the difference is somebody must cry. With ours, we all come back happy. That might be the difference. But with awards, somebody cries. Remember, sometimes life is unfair. Somebody cries for one to be happy as well.
And I was blown away. You understand? When I watch interview no PhD.
You were smiling.
You understand? I was because it makes sense. You understand?
Now you understand.
You are discussing and PhD deserve a PhD. Definitely sure. You understand? When I was watching, and imagine you are experiencing soccer now, and you are analyzing.
Like soccer. Same time on the spot.
We were like on the spot while it's happening,
and we were sitting with you. But everything that was happening, we were able to still relate it later.
Exactly, and I was like, yes. This is nice. You understand? I'm definitely sure it was an inspiration.
No, thanks a lot. Cool, thanks a lot. And, oh, no wonder you were keeping quiet. By the way, you didn't utter a word during the first half. I don't remember you opening your mouth.
Because I'm trying to make sense of everything. Yeah, but it's not been thing us too much now today, the whole day, you understand? Because trying to make sense of the setup, how things, you understand?
But isn't it amazing that I spotted the best player from the moment he touched that
number
ball?
25.
Yeah, but by the time the match was over, everybody was saying, Jay-Z number 25.
Yeah.
And I was saying with his first touch.
The first touch, who's this with number 25? You understand?
But the whole grandstand ended up saying number 25.
Yeah, it's very good. And I was
art.
very impressed with
Yeah,
the way.
football is art.
Definitely.
So that's why me and you love ArtsTalk.
ArtsTalk, yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
But can we get into deeper questions, or must we still just enjoy ourselves? Because yesterday was a beautiful day.
It was beautiful, Mr. Moff. And I think you understand that in the next couple of weeks, I want to spend more time thinking Linda by sport, arts and culture.
So I'm inviting you again. Next home game, let's go again. So that you enjoy it and you understand. It helps. Remember, I told you, let's go refresh our minds.
Yeah.
So that we look at our industry differently.
Sure.
And now, I like the fact that now you are looking at it from a business perspective.
Sure, yeah.
You know, it's okay to look at it politically,
sure,
about all these other things. But sometimes it's good to look at the economics.
Sure, yeah.
You know, which is why we're asking all these questions. For example, the National Arts and Culture Awards.
Sure.
I don't know whether they're called NACAS, NASAS, whatever.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Who do they serve? Do they have to be around?
Yeah.
And I'll say yes. And I'll say yes, they serve us.
Sure.
But the question is, let's break them down. What do they mean to you?
And Mr. Bafukat, in the beginning of the show, you were talking about who's owning the space. Say arts and culture. Yabo. Typical example, we're talking about sport. Yabo. Who needs to come up with suggestion about how do we benefit from e-sport as arts and culture? Do we wait for government, or do we wait to be invited as artists? You understand? Obviously, you're asking about e-awards. Everyone, we love e-awards. You understand? That someone needs to acknowledge the work that you are doing. We understand? And it's always a bonus. You understand that because as part of a profile in the industry, like for example, e-awards, they help you.
Yeah.
Also, e-colleagues, they acknowledge the good work that you are doing.
Talking about awards, I remember I never used to acknowledge them. Only when you grow older,
you realize
wish you took them serious. And I'm saying this because I've lived.
Sure, yeah.
And I used to, you don't want to know my stories and awards and the things I said. If they were to look at articles and all the radio interviews,
you won't believe it at all.
I never cared about awards. I never cared about awards. I'm not even going to lie. Everybody that knows me will tell you that one was always against awards because I felt they were unfair to me. And I started developing an attitude.
Yeah.
But also it helped because then it makes you not focus on getting them.
Sure.
It makes you focus on the craft.
Yeah.
But only later, when you're trying to write the accolades that one is achieved, you realize you wish you took even any award that comes from a mere school.
Yeah.
Even if a school down the street calls you and they want to award you.
Sure, yeah.
I wish they could do that and we could accept them.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm in Swaziland, they want to pay me just to go receive an award. Today I just got another one from Botswana.
Yeah.
And Botswana is supposed to be in December. I don't have the time, but I wish even if I don't go, they send me something. Like even if it's, a placard or something, or a certificate or something. Because they're starting to make sense.
Sure. How come they've always made sense? Because because it something I know abanye abantu abazifuni for themselves because bengathi bayazi hyper kakhulu, but kwi-profile ukubona nakwisho kuthiwa the award winning.
Exactly.
You understand that? And
only
then
now,
yakho,
that's why, yes, because you grow older and some people don't know who you are.
Sure.
And then you meet this young person and their parent is trying to explain who Arthur is. And a child would say, or a kid would say, did he win awards? No, but, you wish you got something to show for it.
No acknowledge nje even kwi-community yakho, you understand that it means a lot, because it means ukuthi someone out there is recognizing umsebenzi wakho, you understand that. So I think awards are very, very, very important.
Awards for me are like scholarships. Scholarships are very important, and that's why when you look at the US,
Sure.
you excel in football, you excel in what, they take you, they go practice you.
Sure,
I mean,
yeah.
there's one, Karabu will have to teach me English. Sometimes it confuses me. One of their cousins just got a scholarship. He's going to be trained overseas. Because I don't know if South Africa is not recognizing him, but he's an athlete. Yes, I was supposed to have interviewed him on my show.
Oh, yeah.
He's one of our relatives. He's 20, but he had to leave urgently. The Americans have taken him. They saw something that we are not seeing as South Africans.
Mr. Mafugati, and Lendoye Awards, Command, we are talking about Naka. You know what I find interesting? Like, for example, in theater, in space, you've got the awards like Cape Town that are called Flitic Up Theater Awards. Each category in those awards, you win about 15,000. Sponsor. And then you come to Gauteng, which is a big province. Kune awards that are called Naledi Theater Awards.
Yes.
You don't get even a cent. You understand that winning those awards.
Highly recognized. Are they still recognized? Because Naledi Awards used to be big.
If now you come to the television, you understand,
SAFTAs.
you don't get any money. You understand that when you
Baba,
win,
I dress up when I go to SAFTAs. Mina.
But it's
we go to designers just to go walk there and watch people receive those awards.
The award is cool. You understand that even for artists that are getting this award. And then when you get the awards as far as Nakane, last year I think the winners busy Mali about 100,000. I spoke to a couple of winners this year. They were saying it's about 50,000 that they are getting. And there's a lot of debate. You understand? Abanye bantu bati, Mr. Mafugate, it's a waste of money. Abanye bati, but these are artists. You understand? So when you are being acknowledged, and then ngapa is the corner is sent from a guy, then I wait ye awards. You understand?
Let me ask you a question.
Sure.
A very interesting question. I get into these groups. You know, I'm always chucked out of these groups. Yes. Kulama groups love.
Sure, yeah.
Why are you guys scared of debate? Not you, but you, the industry. Why are you scared of debates? You want to lead, you want to dictate terms in an industry, but you don't want to engage other people. Are you saying we must be robots and just listen to you because you make us believe that you are the one that knows the industry better? Why are you scared of challenges? Why are you scared of debates? Why are you saying what shouldn't happen? Come here, debate. We don't need winners in a debate. We need to learn. We need to be educated.
And abanda bafuni uphikiswa we are allowed to agree to disagree, as long as you understand the space.
Who elected you a winner of all these conversations?
Exactly.
So we are discussing the nakas. You call them nakas, right?
Yeah.
We're discussing them now.
Yeah.
What do they mean?
Obviously, it's as the name itself, you have a National Arts and Culture Award.
Yes.
We understand.
And bravo to the Department of Sport, Arts and Culture.
For acknowledging.
Whether we didn't get an invite or not. By the way we were invited, we couldn't afford hotel rooms. Let's tell people the truth. We were invited, but we just couldn't afford hotel rooms. That's the reason we didn't go.
Yeah.
But we were invited. Yes, they invited us. So bravo to them.
Yeah.
Angeke sikhale because there's tolanga room. Maruksela, we were invited. Yes. So they do acknowledge us.
Sure. Naganjan.
Yes.
Naganjan.
Yes.
No, definitely job now.
So we're not going to sit here and moan about. We need to congratulate them and the winners.
And also, Mr. Mafugate, Dibabonile is the new sector leaders, powers awards.
Yes.
They attended.
Yes.
Which is also a good thing. You understand?
Which leads me again to the very same question that who is in charge of the industry? Hence, I asked you a question. Who is in charge of the industry? What makes you go there and get a room whereas you tell me I get tolang? There has to be leaders. So leaders must be acknowledged, and we need to congratulate the leaders. Not your leaders.
No. Uyangixosa xa ungena ngolu hlobo, you understand? Because I think who owns the industry when's a good example when we talk about a WhatsApp group. Because kwa WhatsApp group zibonisa leadership. You understand? Once the people who are in charge of those WhatsApp group are not open for a discussion, then it becomes difficult.
Why are they not tolerant? You want to lead me, but you're not tolerant.
Because if they are not tolerant to artists themselves, and then when they go out there to represent artists, how do you represent Abantu that you are not even tolerant?
How do I trust you?
You understand? So who owns the industry? You understand? Who is part of that table that owns the industry? You understand? Obviously, the department or the government or the business sector will say, who are we talking to? But Tina, we haven't found each other. We understand that even we WhatsApp group, we understand to say this is the position of the sector. Typical example in two groups, Mr. Mafugat. The Konagwe group here, MGE. Apparently on the 5th of September, there is a meeting in Parliament where the leaders.
How did they invite you guys? Are you still one of the leaders?
No, I'm not part of the.
Okay. So you're not going to Parliament?
Okay, Mr. Mafugate. Okay, yesterday, when they brought this news, ukuthi nge 5 September kuzaba kwi meeting, you understand? I asked, in the Tandubuza West group, the Buzi question, who is going to represent abantu kule group? You understand? Is there any decision? And then no, the leaders have, you understand, because kune group ye leaders of that movement. And then I suggested, let's create a Google Drive about to gather information. So I'm assisting in terms of creating that Google Drive about to gather information from Abanyaban. But I don't know who's going to represent. You understand what is the strategy?
What's
and all
the
of that.
initiative about?
Because kuna complaints, ever since the department has released outcomes, the MGE, and a lot of people have been getting reject letters, but some of the reasons are as in the sense. Some people will say, like, for example, I know I spoke to someone on a NPO. We understand that, and uti declined because he did not attach NPO certificate. At now unayi proof that ebe submitile NPO certificate. Abanye abantu will say, I think you've mentioned when you were speaking to someone, they are saying each department thought they were applying for a workshop program. They are applying for a festival. And I think you once mentioned
our organization is SIGA. SIGA also tried, and obviously we didn't get it.
Yeah.
But
we have also kunabanda bane complaints in terms of raising, and abanye abantu haven't even got rejection letters. We are kumbula department promise to go by the end of August. Baza nika everyone, and also they are going to release the final list.
But it's also good for the industry to question certain things.
Sure, yeah.
Because we can't then say to the leaders that are making an initiative to find out on behalf of the industry that they are wrong. They're not. They have to find out.
Yeah.
And the only question I have is, what made it even end up in Parliament?
Yeah, because you remember they wrote to Parliament. We understand, raise a concern, and the Parliament has been asking the department about Lendoye MGE.
But is the department not responsive? Because I've always thought the department is responsive to
government. They did respond to the portfolio committee. You remember, Lendo, Mr. Mafugati, ne politics is needs. You understand? If you remember, even the DA released a statement, you understand, that to show good unhappiness. So
about what?
About how the department has been dealing with the matter called an economy, and about the funding in the industry. You understand?
I was not aware.
Yeah, they did. You understand? Wrote a long press statement about that. You understand? So bear in mind, they can also take those things back to the portfolio committee. Now that the department needs to come up. And there's something interesting. one of the leaders mentioned ukuthi this funding, Mr. Mafokate, it was meant for the previous funding cycle. You understand? And now we are in 2025 to 2026, right? So does that mean ukuthi there's gonna be a new one that will be open because the previous one was postponed? So there's a lot of mess.
Remember that there will always be monies allocated for this kind of things.
Sure,
and it doesn't mean because the train moved, didn't move last year, then it won't move every year from this following year. But then we always forget to check certain things.
Sure, yeah.
It doesn't mean because it didn't work, it was never allocated. It might not have been, the grants might not have been allocated in that sense.
Yeah,
because there's something discretionary funding.
Sure, yeah.
What if it went through that? Because remember, the ministers also got a prerogative to fund, you know, to approve certain things.
Sure,
and I think it's powers that are vested in him. And if he's got those powers, he'll exercise them. The deputy minister has got some.
Sure.
The DG has got some. The DDG has got some. So if they've got those powers, I'm sure they might have exercised. And if the budget is finished, they can come back and say it's finished. But here we are now, we gave you the budget. You know, so the question is, are these things, these funds regulated? If not, then how are you going to question them?
Hey. Intriguing, eh?
Yes. How are you going to question them?
Yeah. But we will see. We will have a close look. But when it comes to awards, speaking to some of the winners, it makes sense, Mr. Mafokat.
Who won? Do you know any person who won?
There were different, obviously, like with theater, winner, or omnye umfana kuthiwa Opet Mutawung. He did a play called a street name, a Desire. We understand that. Or Napo Mashiane, we poetry.
Napo won.
Yeah, we poetry won. And it was nice. It was like fresh, young people, exciting. And they are happy, Mr. Mafugati. Bear in mind, a lot of artists are complaining with it this year. We understand that there were a lot of challenges for the artists. You understand that funding was not coming and all that. So to get award Mali, it makes a lot of sense. And I understand also the anger, the frustration for omnye umntu out there. But now if they win the award, benzo by happy, you understand. So I think for us as ArtsTalk, you understand, we are happy for everyone that has won. You understand, they've done well. We understand, and now people are excited to go and produce more work. You understand, and I think as artists, regardless about we disagree about the process, you understand, we deserve this award. And the beautiful thing, you remember, it was on Friday, and then on Sunday they had sports awards. You understand that?
Which is also another nice initiative to say that if you are saying we only recognize sport, come together. Let's go to Sun City. You enjoy, they enjoy, all of you share. So all of you got a piece of the cake.
That was a good strategy with the department. You understand? Basen saying a weekend they won Guatini, and it created another vibe.
Because I was to complain Magunjel.
So complainers still.
Nitin.
Again, complain.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely sure. I think this just
so what do you think needs to happen to elevate them?
I think like for example, if you look at a theater, because in the theater, you understand, there are awards that are already existing. In Joburg, in Naledi, there's award KZN, Mercury Awards, Nendon. I think the people that are involved in these provincial awards, they should make submission. We understand in terms of who should be awarded. You understand that bangaveske bahlale emacaleni and say ukuthi you are going to complain kakusthiwa ukuthi this is the musician of the year but you did not take part. You can't complain too much, Mr.
And the nice thing about them is they were open
to public. Anyone can decide ukuthi ba nominate.
Now you understand why I never liked awards, because they are open, they are public. You think you're better than somebody, and then you don't win, and you become bitter, and you end up saying, and the Funyama Awards.
And the Chokotoa get vote or no vote, get nominate, Mr. Mafogat. Definitely sure, addition, I will play around. I also was Uti, Uzo nominate, and then that's 12 voter. When I was a voter, we share bantu, in a campaigner out there in the industry. So, but I tell you about Kelly awards.
Yes.
Awards are good things. You understand that? Because we are appreciating about.
Yeah. Beautiful topic. You know, man, I feel like what we've discussed, for me already, I'm enough for the day.
Sure.
But then there's something. The Sambro. EGM.
Yeah.
It's happening.
Eish. Itricky leya Mr. Mamfogat. And benighalela ukuba ukuthi si-engage nabantu be-Sambro, you understand? Because I feel ukuthi ba-divided. Uyabo?
Engage nabantu be-Sambro. I've interviewed somebody from Sambro and I got their perspective about certain things.
Yeah.
But then what you mean engage with them? Because
actually not Sambro leadership. I think in musician itself. Yeah, because I feel ukuthi ba divided. Yes, in Kumosa Don Mr. Mafugat. Currently, we are talking about copyright amendment bill, performance protection bill.
Yes.
And then kune confusion between the two. Yeah, ndibona ngoku kusweleka ka mama ne ukuthi and uThandile spoke about this ukuthi abantu abaninzi abana problem ye performance protection bill. You understand? But a problem, the copyright amendment bill. Yet, artists ezininzi, you understand that as it is in the Babatini, Tina's writing a performance protection bill because it protects the artist. It's the problem now, you fair use.
Yes.
You understand? So I feel similar window here, Sambro. You understand? Kune artist out there, musician, is helping a Sambro. Yeah, kune artist on the other side as go helping
yes.
And in one of the groups, what was funny, you understand that? Because obviously they are divided. Uti, if you are saying let's remove who and who, why don't you give us reasons? You understand? Bring us facts. Uti, Mr. Mafugata Magapumi, because A and B and C. Don't campaign us to say Uti, go wrong. Indoni a wrong. And a lot of people are not coming up to say what is wrong.
One reason I would applaud a person like Tebogo's Tattoo,
sure,
whom I interviewed, was the fact that he came out and he spoke.
Yeah.
But if people are going to make demands but they're not willing to be interviewed, it becomes a problem because you try and find out how do I understand the agenda if you're not willing to talk?
Sure.
You get what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it might be an initiative that's going to save the industry.
Sure, yeah.
But tell us about it so that we understand it.
And abafuni ukuza kwi-interview and bengathe abantu. And what is beautiful about the interviews, abantu get to know
what you're feeling. Yes.
What is it that you are complaining about? But you can't assume that everyone knows. Like, for example, I'm sure there are a lot of musicians as understand go to Sambro, you understand? There are a lot of musicians who wants to be part of Sambro. You understand? So obviously uti makuliwe without understanding. And ukulwa kufani, Mr. Mafugati.
Yes.
You understand?
But then it goes back to my initial question. Who's in charge?
Or who must be in charge?
Yes, who must be in charge?
Who must be in charge?
Because out of the demands,
sure.
I look for the demands.
Yeah.
It is said that non-executive directors who are not musicians. Yes. You go to football.
Sure.
People that are running our football, more especially, I'll use PSL.
Yeah.
It's football teams themselves. They're running their own organizations.
Yeah.
And then it goes to Sambro. And that was my reasoning then. It goes to Sambro. You find a whole board.
Yeah.
Right? That's having people that are running the industry.
Sure.
Which is us. I was a board member as well.
Yeah.
You know. But then there would be a recommendation to have non-executive directors. You don't have to be in the industry. They will say maybe a financial person,
a lawyer.
There will be a chairperson or something. Must be people that are not in the industry. And I kept on asking why. Why? And then this is the question that's been asked years later, almost 10 years later.
And I don't think it's a problem only with music.
And I don't have a problem with non-executive directors, but
Yeah.
that are not in this thing. But my question is
Why now?
exactly. That's all I want to find out. I'm trying to look for this poster, of the demands. I don't know if you have it, but then certain things might be good for the industry.
Yeah. Hey, Mr. Mafugati, it's a tricky one with the board, you understand? And I know na kwezinye i-genres, you understand? There's this thing kuti bafuna i-sector running ngabantu who are involved in that sector.
Oh, it says call to action, our royalties, our control. Stop capture by outsiders.
Yeah. Outsiders, which is
I don't know.
non-executive. Okay.
And then it says remove the chairperson and other three independent directors now. And me and you are trying to unpack this. Why should they be removed? Do you know?
And who are those three?
Yes.
You understand? Yeah.
And then vote Friday 29th. But the voting is going to happen through a link.
Online.
Yes.
And the people Kwezinye group, they are campaigning for people to go Samro's offices on that day.
But you're going to vote online.
Hey, I want to see. And Mr. Mafugate.
And how are the votes allocated?
Mr. Mafugate, there's Toma Friday. Ndifuna uyibona le film.
Yes.
Friday, ndifuna ukuya I'm co-involved with music.
Yes.
Bangathi abantu ndiyokwenza.
But is there a meeting?
Yabo, I think Friday kuthiwa abantu at 9 o'clock they must meet at Samro outside when that meeting is happening. So I don't know ukuthi, that's why ndifuna uyijonga. Are they attending outside online on their phones okanye kuzawuqhubeka ntoni?
I just wish we could find a way of sitting together as an industry.
Sure.
And try and iron out these issues.
Yeah.
Because at the moment, it's just not nice. Because the industry itself, at the moment, is bleeding.
Yeah.
These are times where we should come together.
Yeah.
And I still say you can't stop people from fighting for what they believe is their right. Allow them to express themselves.
Totally agree. And I think the next 2 days, you understand, you are right. I think maybe we must find someone from Samro. You understand? No, a musician is different. You understand? To have this discussion. Friday, I will attend. You understand? Just to get a sense of what is happening. You understand? So that when we talk about, when we question, we know. And tomorrow, I know in Market Theatre, there's a memorial service, Kamamunandi Nyambe. You understand? Which also created a lot of this discussion. You understand? So I think it's a heavy week for a cultural.
So our cameras should be there. Not everybody's going to Scorpion Kings. So the crew that's not going to Scorpion Kings must go cover the two events.
By Ville. I
understand. Scorpion Kings, guys. There are two special events that involve you.
Yeah.
I love it. So we're going to both the memorial and the Sambro thing.
Yeah, and then we're going
over
to talk
and
about
above over and above the Scorpion Kings.
The Scorpion Kings, yeah. Bulala Scorpion Kings.
No, Scorpion Kings Sipsuk.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so
you know. Oh, bayavuma.
No, angithi bafuna ukuyogeza babe.
Oh, at least.
Cabanga usebenza backstage mara ufuna ukugeza.
Yeah.
So to everybody out there, we hope we find peace between aggrieved artists and the organization itself, Sambro. Fortunately or unfortunately, it's the only organization in the country that does what it does. Yes, there are other international companies and organizations that can do that online. But unfortunately, we are all reliant on Sambro. And we need to find peace one way or the other. Or a positive way forward.
Yeah, nakanjani.
Because we have to.
We have to find each other.
Yes.
Ayikho
Hence
nyendlela.
I'm saying, you see me and you, singangeni ndawo at the moment. Even though mina ngiyangena, I mean, I'm an artist. I just haven't shared my view
Yeah.
about, what I believe should be done.
Sure, yeah.
But, I'm inside phakathi.
Sure. Hayi kanti beningena phakathi thina sisa observe sibuye sizoyipheka after eshowini.
Ngicela evaluation namhlanje.
Hayi.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was ArtsTalk with me, Tammy Akambongo.
Manzana.